My name is Dr. Prasanna Kumar. I'm an associate professor at Medical College. Today I'm going to talk about the molecular concern of cancer research and models of biology. What do you know about cancer? What do you know about cancer?
Irregular
No. Why not? Still. So, detail about cancer. I will explain how my journey started in cancer research. You all know, like 1,000 miles of journey start from single step. This is famous quote by Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu. And also, like you know, you all are studying in +2, I think. You are in music. We need to have positive imaging about life and future, and also about academics. And we need to have our own goals, and also we need to think very positive about our future. You know, like he gave some other statement, like watch your thoughts, they become your words. If you, like you know, we need to watch our thoughts. Whatever you think, you will become. That's why we need to watch our thoughts, your thoughts, they become our words. And watch your words, they become your action. And watch your actions, they become your habits. And watch your habits, they become your character. And also watch your character, it becomes your destiny. You know, if you think positive things will happen. If you think negative things will happen. And also there is the imaging, you know, positive imaging. What is positive imaging? Or what is imaging? Do you know? Like suppose, you know, we have big monuments like Vidhan Saudha, or Mysore Palace, or Krishnaraj Sagar Dam, or Taj Mahal. Somebody imaged about these buildings or these monuments in their mind, and they try to build those monuments. And suppose if you image, like if you see +2, I need to become class topper or state topper. If you image in your mind like 1 year, 2 years back, somehow it will happen. But you need to image and you need to work for it. Suppose if you image, if you dream, you will try to work for it. And this is what we need to do. Once upon a time, I had a dream about it. This is about myself. I had a small dream. You know, I wish taking picture with famous Kannada writer Dr. Shiram Karanga. He visited our school when I was in 7th standard. We had a 25th year Silver Jubilee program in our school, and he came as a chief guest for that program. But I missed the opportunity to take selfie or picture with Shiram Karanga. But I was reading some of his novels. There is a famous novel called Apurva Paschima. What is Apurva Paschima mean? You know, we have Western countries, including European countries, including both America, North America and South America. Together, we call Western countries. You know, he wrote about Europe in this novel. And whenever I used to think about this novel, and you know, Shubhaga is a central Karnataka city, and it is located on Western Ghats. If you see from Shubhaga, there is a lake in Shubhaga. I used to sit on there is a place, and I used to sit on this bank of this famous lake, and I used to watch Western Ghats. You know Western Ghats. We have Kodachadri, we have Mudayanagiri, and we have Pushpagiri, and all those hills. Whenever I used to watch from Shubhaga city towards west, I used to see Western Ghats. We have Western Ghats. You know, there is a small column called Hosanagar in Shubhaga district. If you watch after Hosanagar, we will see Kundapur Taluk and Baidur. These are small towns in Karnataka. After Kundapur and Baidur, we will see Arabian Sea. After Arabian Sea, we can imagine African continent, including Ethiopia, Eritrea, Sudan and all those countries. After that, we may think about Libya or Morocco or Algeria. After that, what happens? We will get Atlantic Ocean. After that, we get North America continent. I used to imagine about North America, specifically about United States of America. I used to dream one day I need to go and just see this United States of America as a tourist person. This is how my dream started and my positive imaging started from Shimaga city on the back of this small lake. I came from a small village near Shimaga. I used to come to school in Shimaga city. And this is my village. There is a place called Sandekadu. This is my village. This village is in the right bank of Tunda river. But Shimaga city, most of all Shimaga town is on left bank of this Tunda river. I used to cross this Tunda river. I used to go by bus. I used to go to my school. Then after completion of my primary school, high school, I went to I did PUC in Sacred Heart PU College in Shimaga. Later I joined Sayadri Science College in Shimaga. I completed my BSc in Sayadri Science College. During second year of my BSc, I went to this NSS program. Do you know NSS? There is a special program called NSS program. In this program, the NSS students, they go to a particular village or particular place. They stay in that village or a particular place for 7 or 10 days or sometimes 15 days. And they do different activities in that particular village or place. I went to the NSS camp. In NSS camp, they invited one person called Chetan Ram. Chetan Ram is a famous orator. He has a school in Mysore. He visited as a resource person for the NSS program. He gave about this positive imaging and all those things. And he told one thing: if you have any dream or if you have any imaging, you just write in a piece of paper or in a small book. You keep that book or piece of paper in your pocket all the time. Whenever you are free, just open that paper and just see what is your imaging or what is your dream. Suppose if you have small dream, like you are in, suppose if you are in second year, you can dream, I need to become topper of this class, or I need to become topper of this district or state. If you have that type of imaging, it will happen. Just work for it. After second year, I wrote in that small piece of paper, and I wrote I need to become topper of our class, and I need to get MSc Biotechnology seat. Just I wrote. After third year exam, I got result. I was the topper of that class, the college, science college. I was not extraordinary student. I used to study, I used to work, I used to play, I used to go with my friends to different places. I used to enjoy all the things. But many of my classmates, they used to study all the time. But still, I got first rank in the college. I came second topper in overall Guelph University in life science. And later I wrote an entrance exam for University of Mysore. I got selected even in that entrance exam. I joined University of Mysore as a MSc Biotechnology student. After I came to Mysore, I completed my MSc Biotechnology. I cleared the UGCCSR exam. I got fellowship for 5 years to do PhD. I joined PhD in same university. I completed my PhD with CSR fellowship. I used to get fellowship every month. Getting fellowship or salary every month doing PhD, it's a good thing. You will get salary along with your PhD degree. I completed my PhD degree. During 2008, I got married to Dr. Divya, and she was just a MSc student at that time. And in the year 2009, we went to USA. What is the distance between New York City to Bangalore or New York City to Bangalore? Do you have any idea? It says journey of 13,680 kilometers. Imagine from Shimaga or Mysore or Bangalore to Richmond. It is the capital city of Virginia State in United States of America. Do you know how many states we have in the United States of America? 50. We have 50 states. Virginia is one of the historical states in the United States of America. And also like Richmond was a very historical city. You know, America don't have much history compared to India, but still Richmond is a historical city. This is how my journey started from Salary Science College, Shumala, and I went to University of Mysore to do MSc and PhD. After my completion of PhD, I joined Virginia Commonwealth University as a postdoctoral fellow. After that, I was in the Baylor Institute for Immunology Research for quite some time. Again, I came back to Virginia Commonwealth University as an assistant professor. I was there for quite some time. After that, we had a very good thought to return back to India. We both applied for DBT Ramalinga Swamy Fellowship. It's a prestigious fellowship. DBT Ramalinga Swamy Fellowship is a very prestigious fellowship. You know brain drain. What is brain drain? What is brain drain? No, after your education, suppose if you have any dream to do engineering or medical, what you will do after your education? Want to go to some place? You know, people go to different countries to do the job or studying and all those things. Some people they study here, they go serve other countries. To make them to come back to India and to serve India, Government of India has some fellowships, including this DBT Ramalinga Swamy Fellowship. DBT is a Department of Biotechnology of India. It has this Ramalinga Swamy Fellowship. We both applied same time. We got together. Like getting simultaneously is very difficult. We got together and we joined JSS Medical College 1 year back. This is how our journey started from India and we moved back to our motherland with this fellowship. Now, what is cancer then? Cancer is a group of diseases involving abnormal cell growth with the potential to invade or spread to other parts of the body. These contrast with the benign tumors which do not spread. You know, if you compare to normal cells, we may have normal cells in our body. We may have thousands of normal cells. What is the difference between the normal cells and cancer cells?
Abnormal cell division.
Divide fast. Then, what is the immortality? They will not die. You know, normal cells, sometimes if you start grow them outside in a culture media, they may grow for 1 week or 10 days. They will die. After that, they will die. But cancer cells will not die. If you continuously support nutrition, they will stay forever. There was a lady, her name was Henrietta Lacks. She had a cervical cancer and she died in year 1951. Doctor in Johns Hopkins Hospital in USA, they collected some of the cells from her tumor. They started growing those cells, but those cells still growing. Even we have cells in Mysore, people may have cells in Bangalore, and even Japan, China, everywhere, wherever you go, every part of the world, they have this cell line. Even they send these cell lines to Mars, and they use these cell lines to generate polio vaccine. But still, these cells are growing. This is called immortality. Cancer cells have this property, but normal cells, they don't have this property. You know, what is the main cause for cancer then? Do you know? What are the causes for cancer? What are carcinogens? Do you know carcinogens? Cancer causing substances. How they cause cancer? But do you know oncogenes? Oncogenes. It's okay. Like do you know like carcinogens? You know carcinogens. These are chemical substances. They cause cancer. Do you know any examples? You know, people you may have heard, don't smoke. If you smoke, you will get cancer. Why?
Nicotine.
What is the carcinogen present in the
Nicotine.
nicotine? What are the other carcinogens? You know, we have thousands of carcinogens. Suppose, you know, like sometimes due to air pollution, a lot of, air pollution, vehicle gases and all those things, carbon monoxide along with organic compound, they cause cancer. How they cause cancer? Including nicotine. And our body sometimes produces its own substances called reactive oxygen species. Do you know reactive oxygen species? In chemistry, we may have studied reactive oxygen species. These species, they react very fast. If you keep, sometimes they will undergo reaction with any other component, they do something. Sometimes they cause damage. Carcinogen. These carcinogens, including reactive oxygen species, hydrogen peroxide, nitric oxide, some nitric oxide radicals, these reactive oxygen species, they damage DNA. We have DNA. These chemicals, they cause DNA damage. What happens if you have DNA damage? Do you know mutation? What is mutation? Sudden cellular change is called mutation. Why it happens? Due to this chemical reaction between reactive oxygen species and genetic material, especially nucleic acid. If mutation happens, then sometimes it may undergo death called apoptosis. It may undergo transformation. Suppose if you have normal cell, it will become transformed cell or cancer cell. Cancer cell acquire its own properties. We know about this reactive oxygen species. What are antioxidants then? Do you know any examples for antioxidants? Vitamin C? Vitamin C. And we have a hormone called melatonin. Do you know about melatonin? What is that hormone does? It makes a wake cycle. And it is a very well-known antioxidant. You may have heard some fruits, including guava and some other fruits, may have antioxidants. What this antioxidant chemical does? If you have oxidants in your body, these antioxidants, they prevent the effect of this antioxidant. They protect our DNA, they protect our cells, they prevent tumor formation or transformation. That's why these are very useful compounds. We have vitamin C, we have melatonin, we have glutathione. These are antioxidants. We may have some other natural antioxidants in food. That's why antioxidants are very important for our health. Oxidants are very dangerous for health. Oxidant molecules, they induce oxidative stress and create DNA damage and cellular damage. They help in tumor formation. First, they cause mutation. Suppose if you have any mutation in tumor suppressor gene, they will become oncogene or cancer causing gene. We get cancer through this mutation. This is how oxidant molecule causes cancer, antioxidant molecule prevent. If you see this picture, you will come to know. We have P53 protein, ADN, ADR, these are DNA protecting proteins. They prevent DNA damage. Like we have different hallmarks of cancer. Cancer cells have their own property. There are 10 very well-known markers, hallmarks of cancer. One is sustaining proliferative signaling. Sustaining proliferative signaling means, they don't age. If you provide nutrition, they divide continuously. They divide or they undergo proliferation continuously. Just we need to supply food or nutrition. Then they will continuously divide. And evade growth suppressor. In our body, we have tumor suppressor genes and we have cellular checkpoint proteins. Whenever cell undergoes mitosis or meiosis, we have different proteins. They control cellular division. But these cancer cells, evading growth suppressor. If you have growth suppressor, these cancer cells, they do something to do with protein. They prevent this growth suppressing property of these proteins. And avoiding immune destruction. Suppose if you like, some bacteria enters our body, what happens? If one or two bacteria enters our body, or if you put a vaccine or antibodies, what happens? Do you know macrophages?
Yes.
What are macrophages?
Phagocytosis.
Yes, like suppose if you have foreign body or foreign bacteria, these macrophages comes, they eat these bacteria or foreign particles, they prevent something happening from that foreign body. Our body has its own immune system. You know, something like bacteria enters our eye, we have tears, tears has an enzyme called lysozyme. It kills that bacteria and it prevents our eye. Suppose if something enters our mouth, we have enzymes. These enzymes, they degrade foreign bacteria or foreign organisms. And sometimes bacteria have their protecting coat, they prevent from our immune system. These cancer cells, somehow they escape from our body immune system so that they avoid immune destruction. Our immune system sometimes they think this cancer cell is a foreign body, we need to destroy this foreign body. But these cancer cells, they modify themselves like that, they can avoid from immune destruction. And deregulation cellular energetics. You know, normal cells require, suppose imagine, 10 calories of nutrition daily, but cancer cells need more than 10. Why? Because they divide very fast. You know, normal cells, sometimes it may divide 30-hour ones or 40-hour ones or 72-hour ones, but cancer cells, they divide 20-hour, 24-hour. For dividing very fast, they need lot of energy and they need lot of nutrition. That's why they are deregulating cellular energetics. And tumor promoting inflammation. What is inflammation?
Infections.
You know, you may have heard like inflammation. What happens in inflammation? Sometimes we may get edema, sometimes bulging, or sometimes bleeding, or sometimes our body releases a lot of these cytokines. These cytokines, they induce inflammation. These tumor cells also, they promote inflammation so that they can survive in our body. And also, what is genome instability and mutation? You know, our body, like if you have proper genome, our cell, it controls its own regulation and its own cellular cycle. But cancer cells, they don't have this genomic instability. They have genomic instability and they have lot of mutation. And you know, inducing angiogenesis. What is angiogenesis? Angiogenesis is a process in which lot of capillaries form from pre-existing blood vessels. Why this cancer cell need this angiogenesis? Do you know? Cancer cells require a lot of energy. You know, our body cells, how they get oxygen? Suppose if you inhale oxygen, how all the cells get oxygen? With the help of blood vessel. You know, with the help of blood and blood vessel. That's why this cancer cell also need lot of blood vessels. From pre-existing blood vessels, these cancer cells get new capillaries. These capillaries, they supply required amount of oxygen and nutrition to growing tumor. To get oxygen, this is the angiogenesis process helps. This process is called tumor angiogenesis. We can inhibit this process and we can inhibit supply of nutrition to this growing tumor with the help of some natural compound, some chemical drugs, and activating invasion and metastasis. You know, suppose imagine we have many organs in our body. Suppose if you have tumor in one organ, suppose imagine liver. If you have tumor in liver, sometimes these cancer cells, they migrate from liver to pancreas, or they may migrate to lungs, or they may migrate to brain. This will cause invasion and metastasis. Invasion means, you know, we have blood vessels. It will destroy the blood vessel. It will enter into the blood. This process is called invasion. Or it may enter into other organ by killing some cells in that organ. This is called invasion. Metastasis means, suppose if you have tumor in one organ, it may go to different organ. It may form a big tumor in other organ. At this stage, preventing will be very difficult. Suppose if you have tumor in one organ, we can just do surgery. We can remove that organ, we can take that tumor. But if you have metastasis, it will be very difficult to remove all the organs or to kill all the cancer cells. At this stage, it is very difficult to treat patient. resisting cell death. Sometimes our body has its own mechanism to kill cells. Sometimes if you do fasting for some time, our body kills waste cells and gets energy. But these cancer cells, they have resistance to this body's mechanism of killing. Enabling replicating immortality. I was explaining, these cancer cells, they never die. If you supply nutrition, they continuously divide. This is called enabling replicating immortality. You may have heard doing yoga is good for health, doing meditation is good for health. We may have different religion background. If you come from any religion, but meditation is common in every religion. What is the use of doing meditation? Do you know? And like you were talking about melatonin. What is the melatonin does? We have like pineal gland in our brain. If you do meditation, we get more melatonin hormone. Suppose if you sleep for some time, 10 minutes, your body start producing melatonin hormone. Night time, we sleep, we get more melatonin hormone. This hormone is a very useful hormone. If you sleep, your body produces more melatonin. Suppose if you morning we get up, if you see sunlight, your body stops producing melatonin hormone. Suppose after 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, if you don't sleep, just watch iPhone or more TV or computer, your body stops producing melatonin hormone. This is harmful. Especially women, it is very dangerous. Like night sleep is very much essential to women. Night shift, like women who are working in night shift, they get more breast cancer and ovarian cancer. I was explaining, melatonin hormone is an antioxidant. It does a lot of different functions. We have pineal gland. Pineal gland produces melatonin hormone. It is directly connected to your eye. If you watch more TV or mobile phone or computers, suppose if you don't have sleep in night time, your body stops producing melatonin hormone. This is come from our brain. If you do meditation, you may get more melatonin hormone. That's why this hormone is a very useful hormone. Melatonin is a hormone that is created in human pineal gland, a pea-sized gland located just above the middle of the brain. When eyes receive light from the sun, the pineal gland production of melatonin is inhibited. When you get up at morning 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, our eyes like you say, see the light, sunlight, our body stops producing melatonin hormone. And the hormone produced keep the human awake. Then if you watch computer like movies or anything in night time, you will be awake, you don't sleep. When the eyes do not receive light, melatonin is produced in the pineal gland and the human becomes tired. And part of its crucial role is to regulate the circadian rhythm and therefore modulate the sleep-wake cycle, and especially in women it also controls menstrual cycle. It also acts as an antioxidant. Antioxidant melatonin was first reported as a potent antioxidant and free radical scavenger. I was explaining about oxidants and free radicals. It scavenges free radicals so that it protects our cells from DNA damage or mutation. It prevents cancer formation or tumor formation. In vitro, melatonin acts as a direct scavenger of oxygen radicals and reactive nitrogen species, including these molecules, free radicals. These are the different functions of melatonin hormone. It prevents anti-growth signaling. Suppose if we have cancer growth signaling, it prevents that. It activates anti-growth signaling, it prevents tumor formation. And it also it prevents tumor promoting inflammation. And it inhibits tumor angiogenesis, it inhibits metastasis, it inhibits immune evasion, it promotes apoptosis so that cancer cell will die. Apoptosis is a term for programmed cell death. This melatonin induces programmed cell death for these cancer cells. That's why it is a useful hormone. It also prevents dysregulated metabolism. Cancer cell just uses glycolysis. Cancer cells sometimes they don't use Krebs cycle and electron transport chain. Just by doing glycolysis, they get energy. sometimes this prevent this that process in cancer cell. It helps cells, and also it prevents duplicative immortality. You know, cancer cell have that immortal property. This melatonin prevents that property, and it inhibits sustained proliferative signaling. It also inhibits genomic instability so that it makes genome stable. And you know, like this melatonin hormones also, people take this melatonin hormone as a sleeping pill. It reduces sleep. Suppose people who travel from one continent to another continent, suppose if they have jet lag, or suppose if they don't get sleep in right time, people take melatonin tablets so that they get sleep. And we know obesity. What is obesity? You know, like in India, like before 1990 or before like 2000, we don't have this cardiovascular problem, diabetes problem. Only after like year 1990, year 2000, and now like after 2010, we have more cardiovascular problem, diabetes problem, obesity problem, and liver problem. This is all due to lack of physical activity, and people start walking more. People start working, like doing exercises. They start using vehicles, two-wheelers, and all those things. Along with this, people started watching more TVs, computers, mobile phones. And nowadays, maybe you have seen, like we have your siblings and brothers and sisters, like smaller ones. They don't go outside to play. They just sit inside. They just watch video games. You know, this is due to change in our lifestyle. Before that, we used to play outside. You know, along with these things, we have different food habits. You know, like we have different malls. In Bangalore, how many malls we have? Big malls, like Forum Mall, Gada Mall. We may have many malls now. You know, like KFC, McDonald's. How many KFC we have in Bangalore now? You know, we started adapting to westernized food. We started eating in KFC, we started eating in McDonald's, we started drinking more Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and along with that, we started eating a lot of French fries. And this is all causing too much obesity. And also like vitamin D, you know, vitamin D. And we also have lack of sleep due to iPhones and computers and TVs. And vitamin D is also very essential. Vitamin D has its own receptor. This receptor is indirectly associated with thyroid hormone receptor. If you don't go to sunlight, at least morning and evening time, if you don't go to sunlight, you don't get much vitamin D. If you don't get vitamin D production in your body will not absorb calcium properly, then you get bone problem. Along with bone problem, you will get thyroid problem, because thyroid hormone receptor and this vitamin D receptor, they interact in our cell. If you have lack in one hormone, it will cause problem in another hormone function also. Everything is linked. And also like we have eating habits, different eating habits and all those things. And sometimes, you know, like we have billions of gut microbiota in our body. Sometimes if you take too much antibiotics, we destroy our gut microbiota. If you eat too much Western diet, our gut microbiota may get imbalanced. That's why the population, like obesity population in India is rapidly increasing now. Obesity and cancer. How could being overweight cause cancer? Do you know? Suppose if you are obese, we may have more adipocytes. What are adipocytes? Fat storing cells. If you store too much fat in your body, our body produces a lot of this one. Fat cells make extra hormones and growth factors, and hormones and growth factors cell in our body to divide more often. And this increases the chance of cancer cells being produced, and which can then continue to divide and cause tumor. This is how obesity causes cancer. Because obesity, like fat cells produces they store too much energy. They supply energy required for tumor formation and cancer growth. This is about research what we are doing in our lab. And you know, we have heart, adipose tissue and liver. Just now you told like adipose tissue is a fat storage cell, adipocyte, and these together known as adipose tissue. And we have heart, adipose tissue, and liver. What is the function of heart?
Pumping.
Pumping blood. Just pumping blood, or it has any other function? We have one more organ called pancreas. What is the function of pancreas? Just pancreas acts as a both endocrine organ and endocrine organ. What is the meaning of endocrine meaning? What is endocrine meaning?
Secretion is directed
Sometimes heart also acts as an endocrine organ. It produces hormones called ANP, BNP and CNP. These ANP and BNP, they have receptor in adipose tissue cells called adipocytes. Adipocytes have receptors for these hormones. Whenever our body produces ANP, BNP and CNP, we get normal regular blood pressure. Suppose if our body is not producing this BNP, our body blood pressure will be very high. We get hypertension or blood pressure. This is hypertension and blood pressure is directly related to cardiovascular disease, and it also protects our heart from cardiac fibrosis. These also protect our heart from cardiac fibrosis, and this ANP also does they help in lipolysis in adipose tissue. If you have more lipolysis in our adipose tissue, we don't get much obesity. If you don't get much obesity, you will be lean. You don't get much of the obesity associated diseases, including cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. This one people know how this cardiac hormone acts on this receptor present in adipose tissue, but nobody don't know what is the function of this cardiac hormone on liver. Nobody did publish anything. This is completely novel thing. This is how our heart produces this ANP, BNP, and they bind on the receptor called NPRA, NPRP. Whenever these hormones bind to these two receptors, they activate various signaling so that they protect our body like heart, and they also protect our heart from fibrosis, and they also reduce lipolysis so that they help a formation of becoming obese. They prevent obesity. Suppose these hormones binds on this receptor NPRC, they undergo degradation. Then whenever people have more expression of this particular NPRC protein, they get obese. Whenever you have these two proteins, people are lean. Whenever they have more this protein, people become obese because this protein undergoes degradation here. They will not do their function. These hormones will not do their proper function. That's why people become more obese. No, this is best picture. If you do, this is think about this is normal healthy lifestyle. This is normal healthy lifestyle. Your body will produce more A receptor, and NPRC level will be very low. Suppose if you have unhealthy lifestyle, your NPRC level will be high, and we will become more obese, and we get diabetes, and we get non-alcoholic fatty liver diseases, and we get cardiovascular diseases. But if you do healthy lifestyle, if you have healthy lifestyle, you are resistant to obesity, you don't get type 2 diabetes, you don't get non-alcoholic fatty liver diseases or anything associated with these diseases. Do you have any doubt here? Any question? If you have any question, please let me know. What is the function of liver then? What is the function of liver? Why do you need liver? Metabolism. What metabolism? What is the function of liver then? Liver has more than 500 different functions, not one or two. It has more than 500 different functions. It is the largest internal organ. It produces bile acids. Bile acids helps in digestion of lipids and fats, and it also produces cholesterol. Cholesterol required for cell membrane and nuclear membrane. It also produces various functional proteins, including enzymes and sometimes immune factors. It stores glucose in the form of what? Glycogen. Liver stores glucose in the form of glycogen. It helps in clearance of drugs. It also helps in clearance of bilirubin and other harmful substances from blood. You know, we take tablets. Suppose if we have something, headache or fever, we take lot of tablets. These tablets, usually we don't have enzymes for these tablets in our gut. That means gastrointestinal tract. But we have enzymes to clear in our liver. That's why liver clears drugs. It also converts harmful ammonia to urea. Urea undergoes like through urine, it will undergo we excrete urea in the form of urine. And liver also protects from infection by producing immune factors and removing pathogenic bacteria from the bloodstream. We have antibodies. Sometimes liver produces many antibodies. And also it removes various pathogenic bacteria. Liver has some specialized cells called Kupffer cells. These are macrophages. They remove harmful bacteria. You may know different types of cancer. What is hepatocellular carcinoma? What is hepatocellular carcinoma? Hepatocellular carcinoma is the most common type of primary liver cancer. In adults, in children, they call hepatoblastoma. According to recent report from this famous company Zydus, almost 400 million Indians are at risk of developing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and almost all are unaware about it. Suppose if you drink too much alcohol, what happens? Liver gets damaged. People know if you drink too much alcohol, your body stores too much fat, accumulates too much fat in your liver. Sometimes it will get inflamed liver. Finally, it will get damaged due to various factors. This is due to alcohol. Even many people we don't drink alcohol, still we get fatty liver. What is the main reason? Do you know? Hypernutrition or high calorie diet. What is hypernutrition? Eating too much with high calorie diet. If you eat too much high calorie diet, your body stores in the form of glycogen. Sometimes if you take along with glucose, if you take too much fat, everything is stored in adipose tissue. Sometimes your adipose tissue storage is completed, then you may store fats and glycogen in liver. If you store too much fats in your liver for 10 years, your liver become inflamed liver. Inflamed liver, then finally we get sometimes liver cancer due to these non-alcoholic fatty liver diseases. We also get due to alcoholic fatty liver diseases. We also get due to non-alcoholic fatty liver diseases. Difference between alcoholic and non-alcoholic. Even if you don't drink, if you eat too much high calorie diet, we get non-alcoholic fatty liver diseases. What are the causes and risk factors for liver cancer? What are the causes? What are the causes? These are the main causes. One is non-alcoholic fatty liver diseases, aflatoxin B1. What is aflatoxin? Do you know fungus? Aspergillus flavus, do you know? Suppose if you have groundnut in your family, like in your home, or sometimes if you store any vegetables, sometimes if you store corn, the corn, groundnut get infected with special type of fungus called Aspergillus flavus. This Aspergillus flavus fungus produces a toxin called aflatoxin. This aflatoxin from this Aspergillus flavus contamination causes liver cirrhosis, finally hepatocellular carcinoma. And these two viruses, hepatitis B and hepatitis C virus. You may know, we have polio vaccine, we have hepatitis vaccine. These two viruses cause cirrhosis and hepatocellular carcinoma. That's why people give hepatitis B and C vaccine. And alcohol, anyway. And type 2 diabetes mellitus also sometimes causes cirrhosis and hepatocellular carcinoma. And finally, obesity. Obesity also causes liver cancer. That's why we need to do a lot of exercise and all those things. And also imagine this is normal liver. This is simple fatty liver. Here you can see this color change. This is due to accumulation of fat. If you leave this liver for 5 to 10 years, this will become inflamed liver. Inflamed liver means this stage, lot of inflammation occurs, lot of immune cells come, lot of inflammatory factors will express, and finally it will become cirrhotic liver. First it will become fibrotic liver, then cirrhotic liver. Fibrotic liver means your liver becomes very hard. Even if you press, you feel, oh, this is not our organ, this is something else. Because it will become very hard. Then it undergoes cirrhosis. During this stage, you can reverse it to normal liver by doing exercise, by reducing, taking high calorie diet. We can reverse. But at this stage, we cannot reverse our liver to normal stage. Finally, it will lead to hepatocellular carcinoma. Once your liver becomes like this, you need to replace your liver. We need to undergo liver transplantation. We need to take liver from somebody else so that we can survive. Otherwise, people will die due to cirrhosis or hepatocellular carcinoma. These are the histologist pictures of the stage, different stages. The hepatocellular carcinoma is the fifth most common cancer worldwide and third most common cause of cancer-associated mortality. And 1 million new cases are diagnosed, causing 600 million deaths globally per year. And the incidence of HCC is rapidly increasing in India and is poised to become the leading GI cancer. Why it is increasing in India? What is the reason? Obesity and also lifestyle. People, in IT industry, IT companies, people don't walk much. They just sit in front of computers from morning to evening. And also sometimes during second year, like in PUC, you people also like they sit like from morning to evening, they continuously start studying. You need to avoid that. After 1 or 2 hours, you need to go for 5 to 10 minutes walk. You need to drink a lot of water. Then you need to come back. Then you need to start again. Suppose if you continuously sit for longer time, it is not good for your health. You need to sit for 2 hours. Then you need to do something. And again you need to come back, you need to sit and you need to drink a lot of water. Blood circulation is also very important. After completion my PhD in University of Mysore, I went to postdoctoral fellowship at Virginia Commonwealth University, Richmond, Virginia. He was my mentor and this person was mentor for him. And he is also a postdoc student and later he became associate professor. They were colleagues in Virginia Commonwealth University. I used to work with them and they used to work with this particular protein called AG1 or astrocyte elevated gene 1 protein, also known as protein lerine or beta-lerine. It is a protein that in humans is encoded by this gene. Name of this gene is NTDH. This gene produces one protein called AG1. These are the people who cloned this protein first time. And they found out that this protein is an oncogene. What is oncogene? Oncogene is a cancer-causing gene. It causes different types of cancer. This person, he did research on cancer for almost 30 years. Finally, he died due to liver cancer when I was in Richmond, Virginia. But what is the cause? No, this is not laughing issue. He came from China. China map? There is a major metropolitan city in China. What is the name of that city? Shanghai. Shanghai is a very major metropolitan city like Mumbai and New York. He came from north of Shanghai. In that area, they used to grow a lot of groundnut. Groundnut is contaminated with aspergillus flavus. Contaminated aspergillus flavus produces aflatoxin. He used to tell me, I used to eat a lot of groundnut. I died that my cancer is due to this aflatoxin. And this protein, I was explaining about hallmarks of cancer. This protein is involved in all the hallmarks of cancer. It also involved in angiogenesis, cell survival, cell proliferation, invasion, metastasis, and drug resistance, and also endothelial cell adhesion. It does a lot of different functions. This protein does a lot of function, different cancer-causing function, and it does different function in nucleus. It does different function in cell membrane. and it also does degrading tumor suppressor gene. It has various functions. And we had hypothesis. Hypothesis is to identify new interacting partner for this particular protein. And we did some experiment and we found that this particular protein is interact with this particular protein. You know, interaction. Interaction means they bind each other. This SND1 and AG1, they bind each other. And SND1 is another protein is present in RNA-induced silencing complex. You know, we have mRNA, tRNA, rRNA. Like that, we also have special type of RNA called microRNA. MicroRNA, they regulate various gene expression through this RISC complex. I will show you in this picture. You know, we have, this is a nucleus. We have DNA, or genetic material. This genetic material produces some microRNA. It also produces mRNA. But along with mRNA, it produces microRNA. This microRNA comes out of the nucleus. They go to this RISC complex. In this RISC complex, they regulate various gene expression. And also they inhibit translation. You know what is the transcription, translation, replication? What is replication?
Replication of
Replication of?
DNA.
You know, if you have one copy of genetic material, during replication, you may get another copy. If further undergoes replication, we get many copies. Based on this process, they invented PCR mission. Suppose if you have mRNA, from mRNA you will get protein. This microRNA, they inhibit even protein synthesis. Through the help of this RISC complex. These two Nobel laureates were the first who identified this process called RNA interference. You know, they published this paper in the year 1998 and in 2006 they got Nobel Prize. Within short span of time, they got Nobel Prize because this work has major significance in modern biology. That's why they got Nobel Prize within short span of 8 years. And we proved that this AG1, SND1, and they interact with this RISC complex protein AGO2 in RISC complex, and they downregulate various tumor suppressor genes. If these proteins downregulate tumor suppressor genes, we get cancer because these two tumor suppressor proteins, they prevent cells from cancer causing agents. But if we downregulate these tumor suppressor genes themselves, then we easily get cancer. This is what happens in liver. This is called hepatocarcinogenesis. These AG1, SND1 protein, they cause liver cancer by downregulating these tumor suppressor proteins. And we published this paper in Hepatology Journal. And we also found that these SND1 does tumor angiogenesis and invasion and migration. What is the migration and invasion? I was explaining. You know, if you have tumor in one organ, some cells escape from the tumor, they invade blood vessel or they invade other organ. This is called invasion, and they migrate to another organ through blood. This process is called invasion and migration. Tumor angiogenesis means tumor cells secrete some protein. These protein goes and binds to regular blood vessels. These regular blood vessels start providing nutrition and oxygen to the growing tumor. This is called tumor angiogenesis. We also published this data in two different journals. And when we were doing that work, we found that this particular gene, whenever we overexpress this particular gene, it also gets increased. Whenever we knock down this particular gene, this is going to be decreased. Then we found that this protein and this protein have some relation. You know, overexpression means, suppose if you have one copy of gene, suppose if somebody induce more copies of gene, what happens? Our body starts producing more genes or more proteins. Suppose knockdown means, suppose if you have one gene, we are removing that particular gene from that particular cell, so that that particular cell will not produce that particular protein. So when we did that experiment, we found that this NBR6 is is regulated by this particular protein, and you know this particular NPRC is here. I was explaining. This is how this whenever this protein is there, this increases. Whenever this increases, there is a less cardiac hormone. If you have less cardiac hormones, what happens? We get more hypertension and obesity. This is how I got interested in this particular protein. And we used to work with one animal model called the diamond model. You know, this is a hybrid mice. We have this particular strain and we have this particular strain. If you hybrid these particular two strains, we get this hybrid mice. You know, genetics. What is hybrid? Crossing between two strains, we got hybrid mice. This hybrid mice, if you feed with high fructose, high glucose, high fat or Western diet, if you feed this Western diet or high glucose, high fructose diet to this mice, you know, 4 to 8 weeks, we get fatty liver in this mice. If you further like increase this diet for 16 to 24 weeks, 24 weeks means how many months?
6 months. 6 months. 6.
1 week, how many weeks? 1 month, how many weeks? 4 weeks. 6 months. They get state of hepatitis. State of hepatitis means inflammation of liver. This is just feeding diet. This is same thing happens in human beings. If you feed lot of high fat Western diet, they get liver inflammation. If this is from 32 weeks until 52 weeks, they get liver cancer. If you just give high fat, high fructose diet to the mice, they get liver cancer. This is what happens in mice. Look here. This is 8 weeks. This is 24 weeks. This is in 52 weeks. You can see tumor here. Tumor means cancer. If you just feed high fat, high fructose Western diet, these mice get liver cancer. This is what happens in human beings. These mice, they just mimic human liver cancer. This is what happens if you have too much obesity for longer time, and if you have too much metabolic syndrome, including cardiovascular diseases, diabetes for longer time, we get same problem in human beings. And we measured this particular protein called NPRC. Whenever this NPRC is high, cardiac hormone level goes down. Look here, whenever we feed with Western diet, this expression of this particular protein is high. If you have more NPRC level, cardiac hormone level will go down. This is in protein, this is in mRNA level. This is how we check gene expression. We isolate mRNA and we measure through different techniques. And we got that NPRC level is very high when we feed with Western diet. And also human NPRC level is high. And even in cancer cells, these are cancer cells. This is mice tumor. These are human cancer cells. In human cancer cells also we have very high NPRC expression. That's why we may have less cardiac hormone. If we have less cardiac hormone, we get cardiovascular disease, diabetes and obesity and also liver problem. And we measure the expression of this particular cardiac hormone ANP. Whenever we have fatty liver and NASH, expression of this ANP level goes down or it undergoes degradation. This is in control normal people. This is in human beings. This is again in mice. If you feed Western diet, this secretion of this ANP level or cardiac hormone level goes down compared to normal control. If you feed just normal diet to mice, this hormone will be fine. If you feed Western diet, this hormone level goes down. This is what happens. Whenever we take high fat, high calorie diet, our body, our mouse liver induces oxidative stress. It produces lot of reactive oxygen species. These reactive oxygen species and oxidative stress causes expression of various proteins, including NPRC protein. This NPRC gene decreases or clears this ANP hormone. This is a cardiac hormone. This hormone undergoes degradation. This will lead to development of non-alcoholic steatohepatitis or inflammation of liver. This finally leads to HCC initiation or liver cancer formation. This is what happens if you eat too much calorie diet for longer time. This is how our heart and liver are connected. Even the adipose tissue is also connected. Suppose if you have AMP, PHP hormones from heart, they are goes to liver. Whenever you have this PRP protein, they undergo degradation. Suppose if you have more expression of NPRA, NPRP, our heart will be fine. We don't get obesity. We don't get liver cancer. Then what we need to do to prevent this? We need to follow healthy lifestyle. If we follow healthy lifestyle, everything will be fine. You know, these fruits have a lot of antioxidants. And you know, like if you walk or if you do physical activity, it will be helpful. And you know, we need to drink too much water and we need to have proper sleep. You know, if you don't have proper sleep, our body will not produce melatonin hormone. If you don't have melatonin hormone, it is a problematic. And we need to do meditation or even yoga or anything based on your beliefs. And we need to have healthy breakfast. You know, sometimes for breakfast, taking too much high calorie sweets and all those things. Some states in India, they take jalebi, jamun in early morning breakfast. Even if you take, we need to balance your diet. And you know, making social announcement. This is something different. You know, like sometimes people, they don't interact with the friends, family. They just sit, and you know, sometimes they suffer from depression and all those things. Sometimes that will also cause formation of the oxidant molecules, the reactive oxygen species. And we need to have healthy vegetables and all those things, food. And we need to walk. And you know, like this is like your organic food. Sometimes you know, like pesticides and all those chemicals, they may enter our food through contamination. Sometimes people may have to prevent aging in foods and all those things, longevity and all those things. We need to focus on that also. And we need to have more extra outdoor activities. Our lifestyle, due to change scenario, change the economic condition, we start having more sedentary lifestyle. Sedentary lifestyle means sitting for more time. Even IT people, they sit for more time. We need to avoid all those things. And also we need to go for regular checkups. Do you have any questions now? Is everything is clear or you have any doubts? Everything is fine?
What is ANP, BNP?
Who is that? ANP, BNP is like, you know, insulin. What is insulin?
This is hormone.
Which increases your sugar.
Regulate blood glucose. Glucose level. We also have another hormone called glucagon. It also, whenever you are fasting, glucagon helps in degradation of glycogen. It will release the glucose. Suppose whenever you have more blood glucose, insulin comes. Insulin helps in storage of glucose in the form of glycogen. This is how these two hormones regulate. But ANP, BNP are cardiac hormones. They regulate your blood pressure. Whenever you have more these hormones, you have moderate regular blood pressure. If you have too much hormone, you may have low BP. But whenever you don't have this hormone, you may have hypertension. Hypertension is directly associated to cardiovascular disease. And these hormones also prevent cardiac fibrosis. They also like regulate our fat mass in our body. Whenever you have more of these hormones, they prevent accumulation of too much fat. These are just hormones. We call cardiac hormones. Okay. That's it. Do you have any more questions?
So you told the contaminated groundnuts will cause cancer. But these groundnuts give good fat will be consumed.
No, like if you take just groundnut, no problem. If you have contaminated groundnut with aspergillus fungus toxin called aflatoxin. Aflatoxin causes oxidative stress and DNA damage in liver. This will lead to cancer. This is only the toxin, not downright. You know, recently there was a big issue in Andhra Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh, there is a place called Guntur. You know, Guntur is known for Guntur chili. Like people, you know, farmers sometimes they put this chili outside in sunlight for shade drying. Sometimes, you know, if you do the right water or just water, the chili will get contaminated with this Aspergillus flavus fungus. And people who ate that contaminated chili, they also got cancer. There was a big news, Guntur chili causes cancer like that. But this was false. Chili will not cause cancer, only aflatoxin will cause cancer. Even sometimes if you take too much tablets in oral drugs, they also damages our liver. This will also cause drug-induced liver damage or inflammation of liver. Finally, it will lead to liver cancer. We need to aware of all those things. Taking too much drugs also is not good. They cause liver damage. Is that fine? Okay. Okay then. Thank you very much.